So, hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Mostly.
All right, quick housekeeping before we get started on this, whatever it is that we watched.
We will get there.
Go to YouTube, type in They Mostly Come Out at Night podcast. You'll see an image, a red image, two beer steins,
the classic,
and a microphone. That's our logo.
the iconic.
We have two logos, actually. That's one of our logos. Subscribe to that channel if you like our stuff. Okay? And then, if you really like our stuff, you can tell your friends, and you can tell them that we're free on every podcasting site.
Always will be.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
They got iHeartRadio? Go to iHeartRadio.
Spotify.
Look at we're there. Spotify? We're there. Stitcher? There.
Yeah.
We
if
are
there's somewhere
everywhere.
we're not, let us know.
Yeah, if you're looking for us somewhere, like if you really like a kind of a niche thing, like just let us know. We'll put it on there. We'll put our RSS feed anywhere you want.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, go subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Another quick update. You were saying something about like suggestions.
We got, one person suggested a movie from 1984. For that person, I assure you that movie was already looked at, so it is on the list. So we will just kind of get to it pretty quickly. And then someone else recommended a movie, I believe, from 1985, and I will also put it on the list for when we get to 85.
Now, I want to say, don't worry if you've recommended a movie from like another year. We're going to do them probably about every 10 episodes or so. We will try and get to your suggestions. And if we can find them, obviously.
Yes.
Now, if we can't find them and you do have a copy or something, reach out and we can maybe coordinate something
We'll see what happens.
Like, where you can send it to us, or if you have a file, if you can rip it or whatever,
Whatever has to happen.
If you want to get it to us, we can try and find a way for us to watch it so we can review it for your viewing pleasure. Yep. We do this for you. We make this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch this movie.
I
did not. I would have turned it off in the first 2 minutes. But we did. We watched the Black. What is it called? The Black Devil from Hell. Why can I not get the title right?
I don't know what's wrong with you. Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Okay, Black Devil Doll from Hell.
I've seen in some places it's just called Devil Doll.
I wish it was just called Devil Doll from Hell because, but it's not. Okay, we'll get there, but it's not even remotely there. Like that, it doesn't deserve that title.
Oh, really?
100%.
You didn't like this movie?
No, I did not. So I know, shocker. It's probably like we were talking. It's probably one of the worst movies we've ever seen.
This is one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever sat through.
Like it's not like Lucifer Complex
or Savage
Water bad. But it's definitely like top 3 or 4.
It is. This is fucking. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, so here's a good way to describe this movie. Okay. Jeff Dunham, like him or hate him, I hate him, but that's neither here nor there. We're not an opinion. We're not a comedy based podcast.
You're not a teenager anymore.
No, I'm not. I don't like a guy fucking talking with a fucking jalapeno on a stick.
Why not?
And doing racist shtick with.
We're not a comedy. Excuse me, sir.
We're not. Sorry, we're not critiquing stand-up comedy.
I get
sorry,
you.
Sorry, this fucking movie melted my brain. We're not critiquing stand-up comedy.
We're not making fun of bad
stand-up. I apologize.
Okay,
I should have said that way better. We are not critiquing stand-up specials. Yeah. But if we were, Jeff Dunham
he would be on your list.
Fucking awful. I don't like him. Hot take. If you like him, I'm sorry, but he's not funny. And he's a little racist, if you ask me.
He would be on your shit list.
Especially with the terrorist character. I guess it did not. It really did not. But anyway, my point is, if you're watching that and you're seeing this guy, he has like the purple puppet or the fucking old guy, and you're watching it and you're like, weird feeling in my You look down and like you're fucking just torqued, like full mast, just like just ready to fucking go. Like you're just like you fucking or you're just like soaking wet. Like you're just like you look down and you're like, damn, okay, I guess I have a new fetish.
This is the movie for you.
This is the movie for you. So if you've ever thought, and listen, again, like we're not critiquing stand-up specials, we're not critiquing people's fetishes here.
Oh, I am.
I probably would if you say you're into like ventriloquist dolls. But, you know, I mean, you do you. As long as you're not hurting people and not causing people like harm like this movie did.
I was gonna say I am shaming one person.
This director.
Because this director did cause harm.
We've watched Al Adamson movies, and that is a horny ass guy. But I have not seen a hornier director yet on this podcast.
Well, it's like a weird thing because it's obvious the director's horny.
Yeah.
But the audience just has to
deal with it.
Like our like I don't
like I legitimately questioned who this movie was made for.
Well, I don't know if I can
just the director.
I don't know if I can get hard again after watching this.
I don't either. I think I'm going to be celibate
because this is bullshit.
Guys, do you want
fucking bullshit?
Do you want a free vasectomy? Watch this fucking movie. Do you want your tube tied, ladies? Trust me, you'll be dry as a fucking bone after this movie.
Yeah, you'll never want
to have sex ever again.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's holy shit. I can't make this shit up. Like, the movie is so simple. It's literally a church-going woman buys an evil doll, and then bad shit happens, and then it ends.
Let's just get into it. Let's
Okay. So I don't even know where to begin because
I know where to begin. We begin with the fucking Casio keyboard.
Well, the longest fucking opening credits ever
of all time with the Casio. This movie's only. Oh, by the way, little fun fact. So the version we watched was like an hour and 27 minutes. When this originally came out on video, apparently whoever released it cut like a chunk of it out. Okay.
What? So it was longer?
So no, this is the.
Or is this the longer version?
This is the director's cut. See,
oh my fucking god.
So when this originally came out, I think they cut like 15, 20 minutes out of it, which I get it. But it's funny watching this because this opening credits is so fucking long. It just goes on and on and on. And the whole movie's kind of like that.
Yeah, well, the whole movie is just like it's a difficult watch. I'm not gonna lie. I was struggling at one point to finish this movie.
But it's like the soundtrack is just this basic bitch Casio keyboard.
Yeah.
Like droning nonsense.
Well, with like the pre-made backbeats, like it's so stupid, and then at like times they'll speed it up, and then it'll be like down tempo, and then up tempo.
It's like the same.
And then sometimes it's just a guy holding a fucking note
when the spooky's happening.
The spooky, really? That's the word you're gonna use there. That's bold.
The spookies.
The spookies, really.
The spooky's happening.
Yeah, because it's spooky how fucking bad this movie is. It's so...
Well, after we sit through our 10-minute long opening credits...
Okay, so I will admit, this fucking movie... well, I won't admit. I'll just say, this movie has a very, like, voyeuristic, like, weird, like... almost like snuff quality to it.
Is it because it's shot on video?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean that is definitely the thing. But like they use like weird like shots. Like they'll be so fucking far away, and then like zoom in on our main character, who's like she's going to church, and we get like a church scene,
and it's shot on video. It's the fucking microphone on the camera.
Yep.
So you can't hear a goddamn thing.
Yep.
And it's already awkward. It's shot on video. I mean, what can I fucking say? It's shot on video. And it's like funny because like even though it's shot on video, you can still try, right?
Yeah.
But they don't even do that.
Well, they don't try at all. They just he just wanted to make a movie where a puppet does things to a woman. Sorry, I'm not spoiling anything yet. But that's what he wanted to make, and he did it, and he didn't know
our main
what
character,
to fill it up with next.
Nonsense. Well, because our main character she's church going. She has like a bajillion Bibles throughout her house.
And she's saving herself for marriage because we get this long, awkward scene where she's talking with her friend on the phone.
Her friend's trying to like set her up, and our director...
Well, any normal movie, when you have two people talking on the phone, you either split the camera, and you have one person talking and the other person talking, right? Or you film one person talking, cut, film the other person talking, cut, film one person talking. Right? No. We're artsy. No. You have both voices kind of talking over each other, and you just film random pieces of this woman's house.
Furniture and like Bibles.
Now I get what they were going for because it does show a lot of like religious stuff, and then it shows Bibles. You're supposed to get that she's a church-going woman, but it's like we've already seen her go to church, so we know. And she already said she's saving herself for marriage. So why do we need more imagery that she's religious? We already fucking know that.
Padding.
Well, like, I know some directors think their audience is fucking stupid, but we get it. Like, we understand that she goes to church and wants to save herself from marriage. You don't have to beat us over the head with it.
Well, you forgot, sir. You forgot the riveting scene where she is walking home and there's a guy selling stolen stuff.
Oh yeah, hey mama, come here. And he's selling, and then she's like, why do you have to sell? Stealing is a sin.
It's one of the 10 Commandments, and that's like a scene that goes on for 5 minutes. This guy just selling like stereos and stuff out of his like trunk. That ends. She goes to a like little.
It's like shop. It's like a secondhand store kind of thing.
And she sees.
She doesn't just see. She gets excited about this puppet. She like is touching it and is all about it. And then
it looks like Rick James.
A little bit, yeah.
Looks like fucking Rick James.
Yeah. It really it kind of does. And
and she picks it up. And the store employee goes over to talk to her, but see, because it's a good movie, they
can't understand.
Because oh my god, they do the spooky music.
Yeah, and then she's talking, and then there's also this weird because it's a VHS rip basically. There's this weird like audio distortion in it, so it's a really high pitched screech with the creepy music, and she's talking. So literally all three of those combined, you can barely understand what she's saying.
But basically she's saying that this is a weird puppet and it grants your deepest heart's desire. And every time I've sold it, it always finds its way back to me. That's
She's like, you can buy it, but it'll basically come back, and it's supposed to grant wishes and...
Yeah, that's it.
It's not like it's weird because it's not like a warning or anything. She's just saying, this is what happens with this puppet.
But here's what happens. Our woman listens to that.
This is so awkward.
She walks away.
And then turns around and smiles and is all giggly and giddy.
And then buys it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Takes it home. Puts it on the fucking toilet. And I made a joke that that's where this fucking movie belongs.
Well, she puts it on this toilet and then she's like, you're the only man that's going to see me naked. And and she gets undressed. I don't know why she put the doll in the toilet and then fucking decided to take a shower when... I don't know. I mean, I just hate dolls, but I would never fucking do that.
Yeah, but you're not...
I don't put a doll in the shitter when I take a shower, when I'm, trying to clean, clean for the day. I'm not you know what? I really need my fucking... I need my Megazord on the toilet, okay?
I need Rick James to be with me.
My Dino Megazord needs to hang out with me in the fucking toilet.
I need Rick James to be with me in the shower.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she goes in there, starts taking a shower, and, I kept saying through the whole thing that this fucking thing looks like a snuff film. And now she's, fully naked.
And the doll looks over, opens its eyes.
And starts...
The shower curtain starts to open. I guess it's telepathic.
This is never explained.
I don't
But
fucking
it opens up
understand.
the shower curtain so it sees her naked, and then we get a quick flash of like her wrestling with the doll on her back, and then we get
She's
like
laying down in bed.
like a 5-second shot.
She's laying down in the bed, and the doll. I can't. I
Please.
am not kidding you. This is legitimately. This is legitimately what we watched.
This is what I had to sit through.
5 seconds of the doll licking her nipple with like a piece of bacon tongue. It's like this weird like floppy thing coming out
Flop a
of
piece of
the.
bacon out of its mouth, and it's licking her titty. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? And then we get another 5-second shot of the doll fucking her, and I'm
And
like,
she's like enjoying it, and she's like washing her body, and
like rubbing herself.
she starts to like go down on herself, and like I just like ew.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
and like
Okay.
with the weird like voyeuristic style, it is gross. Like, okay, nothing against the actor. She's a beautiful woman, but wow. Like
It's just
but wow.
well, this ain't it.
No.
You know, this ain't it.
It is not it. It's weird as fuck, and I don't like it.
Because I mean, my issue at the end of the day with all this shit is that there's just no point to any of it.
This
But
is
we'll get
almost,
there.
it's basically almost from this part, like almost like a porno.
Yeah, like a
But
bad,
like a really bad porno.
like a bad, like softcore fetish film.
Like an amateur that doesn't know how to film themselves.
No.
Like and
awkward.
just tries. It's like their first attempt.
It's just awkward. It's
Yeah.
just painful.
An amateur couple's first
Yeah.
attempt at a porn.
But yeah, she's in the shower and like, you know, she's like, oh my god, what am I doing? And then she like
So
You know?
she gets out of the shower.
and goes to sleep, and she wakes up. No, she's like she's like sleeping and like rubbing herself, and wakes up, and the doll is like on her like nightstand.
So she moves it back to the shitter.
Then she goes back to sleep. Wakes up, doll is there again, and we get like I swear to fucking God, a 5-minute fucking stare down. I'm like, bitch, is this Dragon Ball Z? But no,
No,
it's just
not.
awkward filmmaking.
I wish it was Dragon Ball Z, to be honest.
And then she sticks it in the fucking box in the closet. And then she goes out.
No, because she
Goes somewhere. She comes back, remember? She like comes home and then checks the closet.
Oh, well, we don't know where she goes. She just comes
Yeah.
back, and because she checks the closet and says, "Thank God," because the box is still taped up.
Yeah.
So then she goes to take another shower,
Takes another shower, and the doll
busts out.
busts out of the closet, and like slow. And the funniest thing is, doing a lot of the shots of
They put a child in the same outfit,
well, because they needed the doll, to
which
do
is
certain
even
things.
weirder when like the next scene is gonna happen that a kid played this doll for a minute.
Imagine growing.
It's weird.
Imagine being the child that had to.
It's really weird. Like if you really think about it,
Think this movie's
it's
weird.
fucking gross.
No shit.
That is gross.
So it's like, but yeah, like anytime they need the doll to do something that, you know, a fucking ventriloquist dummy can't do, they dress a child up in the outfit and have the child do it. And so it's like this thing walking around. And she gets out of the
shower and she goes like through the hallway, and the doll jumps on her.
Okay, so here's the fucking
The
thing.
doll like jumps on her, and it does this.
Okay, but they do it like
I don't. This is it's like pictures, but not.
we did this. We had a movie a long fucking time
Wasn't it
ago.
next? Was it Next of Kin? What was the one where every murder was like pictures? Like it was like. Tick, 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 tick.
Oh my god.
It was the one. Wasn't the I bet you. But what is the?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Bet, I bet you thought it was
thought
the
it was the butler. It's not Next of Kin. it was Will to Die or something like that.
Yeah, something Will of Death. I don't
Some
even-
shit
I
like
don't know.
that.
Some shit like that.
But in that
But-
movie, every time someone died, it was like a series of pictures. And little did we know that in the year of our Lord, 1984, some big brain filmed multiple scenes like this. So it's just like a series of still photos of her being jumped by this doll.
And then
It's somehow...
it's shoving her head into like the door frame to knock her out, but it looks so fucking stupid.
It's just pictures.
Because it just looks like he's like gently
Yeah.
like putting her head on the ground.
Yeah, this child. And then it's like, what does it say? It's like,
I'm picturing the fucking image of the kid dressed as the ventriloquist doll, like, and it's supposed to be like him like slamming her head.
yeah, but
into
just
this-
like patting
but
her.
it's like slowly putting her head down on the ground.
Just like patting her head. And then he says like, I got you now, bitch. And at this point, we're like, oh no.
This puppet nasty.
It talks.
This puppet is nasty.
Well, it drags her to bed. And immediately, me and you were like,
Oh no.
no,
Well, I
don't
was like,
do this.
I just the whole time was just
Well,
saying,
listen, I said,
you don't have to do this.
Well,
You don't.
but I told you, Will.
You did, but you don't.
I told you when this was happening.
You
that
did.
You know where this fucking
you don't.
where this fucking idiot
You did,
is going.
but you don't.
He did it.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to do it.
The fucking doll goes into the kitchen
And-
and starts going through all the cupboards until it finally finds
The
rope.
And it ties her to the bed, and
She wakes up, and the doll is just like,
oh, he's like,
I'm gonna fuck you.
He's like, before I fuck you, you have to feel pain, and then they like vomit smoke.
This does it twice. I still don't get the point of this.
And she's like, no. And then he's like, now that you've tasted the stink of my breath, here's my sweet tongue. Like,
And then we see the bacon come out of its mouth, and it starts. Oh my!
it starts going down on her.
It starts. Well, first it starts licking her tits, and she's like, "Oh, that feels good. I don't know why it feels good."
No, like for a split second, she's not enjoying it, and then all of a sudden she does. Like that weird like fantasy where it's like, you know. It just, I just don't fucking do this. You
Will,
don't have to fucking make this movie. It's
not-
so fucking bad.
No,
Ugh.
but then Bacon Man
Yeah, it goes down on her,
starts going down on her,
and she likes
She loves it.
Yeah, and then
and then he's like, he stops. She's like, "Why'd you stop?" He's like, "Now I'm gonna fuck you," and he like starts fucking her.
yeah, he literally.
By the way, I want to say this scene is very long.
Well, because she's like, "Why did you stop?"
Because he stops like halfway
he's
through.
like, "Now I'm gonna fuck you, bitch."
Yeah, and then he starts, and she loves it. And then, like, halfway through fucking her, as we get this awkward shit of this woman in bed.
You know what it reminded me of? Like, if you've seen Team America, right?
Yes.
It reminded me of the puppet sex scene from Team America.
But at least that was...
It was that awkward, but it wasn't two puppets. It was an actual person and a fucking ventriloquist dummy.
Fucking. And he stops halfway through, and she's like, "Why'd you stop?" He's like, "I want you to beg for it, bitch."
She's like, "Yeah, fuck me, oh my god."
And then
like,
he does,
and then it does it, yeah.
And she
This
loves
scene
it.
goes on for so like is
For
one of
way
the
too long.
longest sex scenes I've ever seen, and I've seen that movie with what's that famous one? God damn it, what's it called? About the couple, and it has that really long like famous sex scene. I can't remember what it's called, but
The only one that's coming in my head, and this is, like, recent, is Blue is the
it
Warmest
has like
Color.
Donald Sutherland. And,
Don't Look Now?
Yeah. That has a really long sex scene. That didn't even.
this is longer.
That couldn't even hold
This
a
is longer.
candle to this fucking. That was it. Yeah.
And that was two humans.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay? This is longer. This is bullshit. No, this scene goes on for way too fucking long. I was thinking of that French movie, Blue is the Warmest Color,
Oh yeah.
which has like a 10-minute sex scene. Even that.
Even that, literally, this is the longest sex scene I've ever seen in cinema. If you
the
can even
longest.
you can't even call it cinema. The longest sex scene I've seen in a movie ever.
And it's literally the least appealing fucking thing I've laid eyes on.
It's a fucking ventriloquist dummy, awkwardly like.
Well, it's embarrassing.
Wiggling on top of an actor.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
And she loves it. Our scene ends.
And the dummy's gone, and she's distraught.
She wakes up, and she's like rubbing herself, and she feels herself down there, and apparently, she's bleeding. And she's like, oh my God, it was real.
Oh, and I should say the dummy does say at one point, I'll give you your heart's desire.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. I can't. Like, fuck you, bitch. No, he rhymes, but I can't remember what he did. It's like, I give you your true heart's desire. Something, I have no idea what he says, but he rhymes it, but I can't remember.
He rhymes it, but I don't know because it's so fucking stupid. But yeah, she wakes up, feels herself, she's bleeding because the dick was so good. It was real.
Well, then she goes through her house, she cleans.
She starts doing chores.
Well, she throws away all the main point of the scene, and they should have just stopped there. She throws away all her religious stuff. Yeah, she throws away like all her Bibles,
her billion Bibles,
the saints she has all over the place. She throws away everything, and it should have just stopped there. But no, we're not dealing with a normal ass movie. Okay, no, we have to get like 15 minutes of her just cleaning her house.
We also get a love ballad.
Oh, that's right, but not just any love ballad. A live, recorded on video love ballad.
So the way that there's 2 songs in this with lyrics, and the way that they record them is it's the same fucking baby Casio
You think
keyboard.
they added them in post? Okay.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, no.
The director's probably like, what the fuck is post?
Yeah, what the fuck is 2 takes? What the fuck?
No, fuck that. We're doing 1 take.
And it's the same Casio keyboard and someone's yell singing into the mic.
I love it. Song. It's so good. It's so good. It's just some guy playing the Casio keyboard. Some guy's screaming love ballads into the fucking like camera mic.
It's fucking embarrassing. We get that.
Okay.
This is what we get after our 20-minute long puppet fucking scene.
And then for no reason whatsoever, it starts showing the guy that sells the stolen shit. And he's like, hey, Mom. He's trying to get people to buy his shit. And then she is like just longing for this puppet. And she taps on the window and like invites him in and explains what happened. Like that she had sex with the puppet. He doesn't believe her. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then she's basically like saying like, because I had sex with the puppet, I'm horny.
Well, I felt so good. Like, he gave me my true heart's desire. Now I want you to fuck me, essentially.
And then he does, and she hates it.
She's like, no, you just couldn't do it for me. That puppet, I need that puppet dick.
We did get a lovely, like, 10-second long close-up of our actor doing his best O face.
It is so awkward. It's an extreme close-up of, if you...
Don't. Nothing more has to be said, sir.
Ugh.
Nothing more has to be said.
Oh, it's so awkward. So oh my god, it's so fucking bad. Like, oh my god.
So he leaves. She,
This movie's disgusting.
It is disgusting. She gets dressed and goes to a club. Immediately sees a guy. We get our song number 2.
I love the guy starts screaming into the mic again. And then we get people dancing for like 10 minutes straight.
To the same fucking Casio song we've heard over and over.
You know what it reminded me of? It's like when people put like, you know, that famous video of like the ravers underneath the bridge and you put different shit to it.
Like video game music.
Yeah, like someone put like the VeggieTales like theme song to it, and someone put like Thomas the Train music to it. It's like that, but if you put like shitty Casio music,
And they dance. They leave. This scene goes on for so fucking long, and then it's like they're home, and it's like after.
Well, it's like
the
showing
aftermath.
all the clothes all over the floor, and he's like,
"Damn, girl, I couldn't do it for you.
he's like,
I've done it for everyone else."
He's like, all the other women say I'm great at this, and
she's like, "It's just not the same. I've only one man has pleased me. No one else is the same. Please leave."
Man is bold.
Right. Then after all this shit, she has a flashback to like the salesperson at the store.
That it'll go back to the store.
She goes there, sees it again, tries to take it. The woman's like, "No, you have to pay for that. I told you." It comes back on its own. She buys it again, takes it home, and immediately is like, "Okay, it's time." So she starts taking the clothes off. It's like, fuck me.
For no reason, she's like, "Fine, if the puppet won't have sex with her."
But that's after like 5 minutes of her being like, "Fuck me, please, fuck me."
When she's like, "Okay, this is really awkward." I know. Shocker! An awkward scene in this movie. It's not like the whole hour of 27 minutes is just pure unadulterated cringe. But no, now it's awkward. You're right.
Yeah. Before this, it was fine.
She's like, "If I can't have you, no one can." She touches the doll's shoulders. She doesn't even like pick it up. She literally just gently touches this doll's shoulders, and its eyes light up, and she starts bleeding from the nose and from the eyes.
And she dies.
And then she dies, and then it's back at the store, and another woman is interested and takes it home. Goes and does something, comes back and the box is empty, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then it ends.
That's literally the movie.
Dude, it's bullshit.
That is the movie.
Straight up. Why are you so horny? Like, why is this director so fucking horny?
My beef is, you can make a horny movie, but was it necessary to make a movie that would literally make me never want to have sex again? Was that necessary?
They should have just called it like Blue Balls.
Yeah, like I this is literally like I can't fathom sex after watching this garbage.
No.
I cannot fathom it.
No.
This is the least.
I'm gonna go to my partner and tonight and be like, "Sorry, I can't tonight. Not tonight.
Not ever.
Not ever. I'm
like,
sorry.
This movie. Shit.
This movie ruined me."
Yeah, like I just don't get it. And even then, like, what's the point? What's the point?
There is not. Like, there's literally. It's a movie by sheer definition, and that's it. Because there's no character development. There's essentially no fucking plot. There's nothing going on. Like, it's one character and one doll, like, for the majority of the movie. And, like, seriously, like, what's the point? Like you said, what's the point?
Here's, so, I don't even get how something like this gets released.
I don't either.
But here's the thing. Here is what the IMDb plot synopsis says.
Oh, Lord.
About this
Okay.
Kino, okay?
All right. Let's see. What does it say?
A woman buys a doll at a magic shop.
Wrong.
Okay, it's not really a magic shop or whatever.
Wrong. But okay.
Unbeknownst to her,
the
doll is possessed by an evil spirit.
The woman warned her, so that's not true either.
And it proceeds to take her over.
So even the person writing the synopsis didn't know what the fuck to say about it. You can't just say a woman gets a doll from a store, it fucks her, and then she can't be pleased by any other man, so she tries to get the doll back, and then it kills her.
Yes.
That is literally what it should say. Like,
What's the point? Because it's like, what am I supposed to get from this? You know?
you know what you're supposed to get? Once you get that good from a puppet,
Sure.
never go back to anything else. Okay? Once you get that puppet dick inside, you'll never want...
Isn't there a fucking...
You'll never want anything else, okay?
The closest thing I can see is there's like that very common trope. Like, one of the most common type of horror stories is like the wish, like your wish being granted, right? Like your ultimate wish being granted. And it's like the whole be careful what you wish for thing. But that's like, I don't know. I just feel like there are infinitely better ways to do that story than what we just sat through.
Dude,
Please.
I'm reading the IMDb, the trivia page, and
Please.
I hope this is true. It sounds true. The dummy's cornrow hairstyle was done as a tribute to singer Rick James.
Oh my god. Dear God.
They did it. They actually did that. Dude, listen. Okay, you go to make a movie. Sure, it's an endeavor. You pay for it by yourself. Clearly, you have a bunch of friends that own like a bar, and this is what you make. You couldn't. Listen, I'm sorry. I commend you for making a movie, but what the fuck? What the fuck was this? Like you literally, this is the best you got?
Well, we just watched a movie with a puppet before this.
Yes, we did.
And that wasn't a good movie. But, even that was a million times better than this.
You know what's a good movie with a doll or a puppet? Curtains.
Curtains was great.
I mean, the doll's not in it a lot, but it plays a predominant role in one of the horror scenes, and it's great.
Yeah, it's on the poster.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Remember those? Remember what good movies were?
Not with this
Because I
movie.
don't anymore.
I don't even know what a movie looks like anymore. My brain, I have a brain fog now. It's shot on Shitio.
Well, and this is, I'm not even going to lie, this is a hard movie to find, too. Like, we had to go, to, archive.org, sponsored by, the Wayback Machine, and, well, you just Google it, but, it's the worst quality, so if you have this morbid, I do not...
Oh, dear God, do not watch this movie.
Fucking watch this movie.
No.
Do not, but if you do want to see the sex scene...
It's not even worth watching in a funny way.
No.
Because it just becomes...
Nothing about this movie is funny.
It's just cringe.
The sex scene, if you watched it just objectively and didn't know what the fuck was going on, maybe. But
For 2 seconds.
Yeah, you wouldn't watch the whole fucking scene, though. And you fucking would never watch the whole fucking movie. I guarantee you no one... would watch this and enjoy it. You'd be a fucking masochist if you fucking loved this movie.
Yeah, if you actually like this movie, I'm kind of scared of you.
Get some fucking help.
Please.
If you watch this movie and you're like, you know what? This is a good movie. Get some help, please.
Yeah, please
watch. For the sake of you and your loved ones, please get some help.
The only way that's an acceptable thing to say is if this is the first movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, which...
you've never seen any of the movies.
Why would you start with this?
This is the one. That's the only way. Because otherwise... I'm sorry. This is one of those movies that, there's some movies where as soon as you hit play...
You know.
This is one of those movies.
Yeah.
Even once you get past the 10-minute long opening credits, and as soon as the first scene comes on, you know.
Well, we were even saying, and I agree with this... I struggle to even call this a horror movie.
No, it's not. Once... basically... Because I'm not joking. That fucking thing where he basically knocks her out and essentially rapes her, that's, not that long into the movie.
No.
And once that ends, like once that is the end of the horror.
Yeah. No,
That's it.
That it's done. Curtains. That's
Yeah.
where it should end.
At that point, it's basically just like a fucking domestic drama.
That's my theory. Is that's the only idea he had. He just wanted to have a scene where a doll attacks a woman and like does that,
Yeah.
and he did that. But then he had to make the rest of the movie, and then
Which is why, because that's the only way I can see like why anybody would release this is because, okay, well, there's a doll in it. Okay, we'll put the doll on the cover. We'll call the movie Black Devil Doll from Hell, and we'll really play up the demonic doll aspect. And then you go to your fucking Blockbuster and you rent this thing and you put it in your fucking VCR and you press play and you get this. And then you're just like, fuck. So you watch like...
and then you don't get to enjoy a pleasurable night with your partner because you're both bone dry.
Yeah, you either turn off the fucking movie in 5 minutes, or because you're just like, well, I spent the money on it, you watch the whole thing, and you're like, that is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And you go and return it. Like, that's
it. That's the only enjoyment you would get from renting this movie is returning it.
Yeah, like, that's one of those movies that, like...
It feel like a weight has been lifted. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you rented this movie and went back to the Blockbuster, you'd have like that epiphanal moment when you're like handing it back and your life just becomes easier, more carefree. Like you start seeing things differently.
Yeah, this is not... Like, this is barely a movie. Like, fuck horror. This is barely a movie.
It's like, it's basically they just have the foundation of it is a movie, and then that's it.
Like, I would be genuinely curious to know, when they released this originally, what they cut out. Because I can
That's what I want to know,
because
too.
I just want to know, like, because I guarantee you it's a shitload of padding that they cut out.
Maybe the dance scene, too. I'm
Like,
sure
all
they...
like her doing fucking chores for no reason.
That's probably like... You probably get like 30 minutes of content.
Because I guarantee you they cut that out to try and get this down to something. But even then, it's a piece of shit.
It is. Don't go watch this movie. If you want to, you can Google it, but don't. Just take our recommendation. Just don't do it. Just take our word for it. Shitty to Pretty is... Can you guess what we're going to give? 10.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's 10 out of 10. The best.
This is the best doll movie.
If I could give this negative points, I would. If I could give it a 0, I would.
It's
But
a 1.
It's definitely a 1.
This is...
100%. Like, there's no shot.
Because I always say, any movie, I try to think of some redeeming quality.
I can't think of one.
I got nothing. I have genuinely nothing.
I can't think of one thing. It's not even one of those things where it's like entertainingly bad.
No, because most of the movie, I mean, well, I can't, you would have to be a fucking lunatic to sit through this garbage on your own.
Yeah.
The only reason this was funny is because we watched it together.
Yeah.
But if I watched this on my own...
Oh, God.
Like, I'm sorry, you would have to fucking pay me to sit through this garbage.
Yeah.
There's... Like most of the movie, I was just annoyed.
Because literally nothing happens.
Because, like, you get past the stupid doll rape, and you're like, okay, I just wasted 20 minutes of my fucking life on that. And then after that, nothing. And you know what's before that? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's your centerpiece of
Like
your movie.
I said, that was his only content, and then he had to build a movie around it.
Yeah, and then nothing. Like, there's not even any good shots.
No.
The music shit. Because we've had two other... I know we've had two other shot-on-video movies on this podcast, and
Yeah.
both of them had something.
Like the fucking ending to, fucking...
Suffer Little Children?
Yeah, Suffer Little Children with the fucking Jesus versus the devil.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, that came out of left field.
Okay,
and-
but also, at least that movie was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Or Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Like, there's deaths in that. And we have, like, the weird like shit at the end where it goes all fucking like fucking surreal and like physics just break. Like at least there's something, right? There's nothing here. There's nothing.
No redeeming this movie. It's shit.
Like this literally feels like a movie you would find on like YouTube that someone made for $5.
Yeah, like a fan film.
Not even that. No, I'm not joking. Not even that.
Not even that. It's worse than a fan film.
Because what is there in this movie?
Nothing.
A doll and a house.
At least fan films serve a purpose.
Yeah, like it's funny because in the end credits, there's like they have a credit for makeup effects.
What?
It's like,
can you name a more useless job?
And the only makeup effects in this is when she gets somehow killed by the doll. They have like little red syrup that they dabbed on her cheeks.
Name a more useless job than being the makeup fucking person on this movie.
That's it. That's all they did. And like there's a special effects credit, and shockingly, it's the same person who operates the fucking puppet.
Yeah.
And
does the voice. Mm-hmm.
And they have the same last name as the director.
I'm done. I'm done with this movie. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Fuck this movie. Listen, again, I kind of commend you for making this movie on such a shoestring budget, but what the fuck? Just don't make any more movies, please. I don't think you have.
He has.
And please, what?
This man does have one more movie.
Great.
And
awesome. You should have just put the camera down and stopped.
And it'll probably be
like on this podcast, yeah.
I think it is tagged as a horror film, but
God
we'll see
damn it.
if, we'll get there.
All right. Well, that was that was the episode.
That was Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Black Devil Doll from Hell. Please go subscribe. Make this worth it. Please.
Please make our suffering worth something.
Please.
Something.
For They Mostly Come Out at Night, this has been Will.
This has been Alex.
We'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Give you your true heart's content. Now come get this dick, bitch.
Puppet dick.
Bitch.
My heart's content is to kill myself after this movie.
Bitch.